I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. The created franchise is taking the place of the San Diego Padres in the National League West. As you can see here on May 19th, the Avengers are 32-16 and are in first place, half a game ahead of the Dodgers. Let's go into the next game on the schedule. So it's a 3-game set at Miami against the Marlins. So won the first game 12-7. Let's jump into the second game in the series. View organizations games. Play game. Simulate. Okay. AA injury. Auto utilize. Play full game. We are the away team at Marlins Park. Overcast and open. Chris Pratt is the starting pitcher. Everybody looks good. Let's rock and roll. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. I play on difficulty setting of All-Star. Here we go. Welcome to a broadcast of Major League Baseball as the Hollywood Avengers visit the Miami Marlins here at Marlins Park for the second game of a 3-game series. On the mound for the Miami Marlins is Trevor Williams. He's making his 10th start of the season. He's winless. He's 0-6, 0-6, 7.30 earned run average. Leading off for the Avengers is Tom Holland, 368, 7 homers, 36 runs batted in. First pitch of the ball game happens now. Change up outside, ball 1. Marlins are 12 games under 500, good for last place in the National League West.
First pitch, 640.
Tom Holland plays Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's in there. Strike 1. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Tom Holland. Outside 2-1. 73 degrees and overcast. The roof is open. Inside. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is War Machine Don Cheadle. Comes the pitch from Williams. And it's high and deep, but playable. Nice running catch from Nicholas Castellanos for out number 1. Starting lineup for the Avengers: Tom Holland's at second, Don Cheadle is in center. Chris Evans is the catcher. Chadwick Boseman's at third. Robert Downey Jr. is at first. Mark Ruffalo is the DH. Idris Elba's in left. Dave Bautista's in right. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is Anthony Mackie. 331, 6 homers on the season for Don Cheadle. Swings at the first pitch. Flies to center. Easy play for the center fielder for out number 2. Oscar Mercado in center for the Marlins. Chris Evans, catcher, plays Steve Rogers in the Marvel Universe, hitting .297, 4 homers, 18 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Trevor Williams. Outside, ball 1. And he fouls it, slicing out of play for strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Evans. High ball 2, count is 2-1. Three balls, 1 strike on Evans. The late great Chadwick Boseman is on deck. And he fouls off the fastball. Count will go full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. So it's outside for ball 4. He walks him. So 2-out walk for the Avengers here in the top of the first. No score.
The third baseman, number 20.
It's Chadwick Boseman, third baseman, hitting .374, 8 homers, 23 runs batted in. Carries a 9-game hitting streak into this contest. Runner leads off first. And it hits him. So after getting the first 2 outs, he doesn't look thrilled. After getting the first 2 outs, Trevor Williams walks Evans and then hits Boseman. So there'll be runners at first and second with 2 out for Robert Downey Jr., who's hitting .275, 4 homers, 24 runs batted in. First baseman for the Avengers. Plays Tony Stark in the Marvel Universe. Fastball outside, ball 1. Runners lead off first and second. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Strike 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Low, 2-1. And he pulls it to right. There is the right fielder to make the catch and retire the side. So no runs, no hits, 2 runners left on at the end of a half inning of play. It's Hollywood Avengers nothing, Miami coming to bat. On the mound for the Avengers, Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, making his 10th start of the season. He's 5-0 with a 3.56 earned run average. Left-handed pitcher. Plays Peter Quill in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. Leading off is Trey Turner, hitting .220 for the Miami Marlins. Fouls off fastball, strike 1. Trey was 0 for 5 in yesterday's ball game. Knuckler is in there, swinging a miss, strike 2. Avengers are 32-16, good for first place in the NL West. Started 1/2 game ahead of the game 1/2 game ahead of the LA Dodgers. Swinging a miss, strike 3, and there's 1 away. Here in the bottom of the first, it's Pratt's first strikeout of the game. Here's the replay.
The second baseman, Howie Kendrick.
Next up is Howie Kendrick. He's got a 20-game hitting streak going. He's hitting .315 on the season. 20 games. It's impressive. At the knees, strike 1. Pops it up. Star-Lord says, I want it. Makes the catch. 2 away. Starting lineup for the Miami Marlins, Trey Turner's at short, Howie Kendrick's at second. Bryce Harper is in right field. Nicholas Castellanos in left. Yadier Molina is the catcher. Miguel Cabrera is at first base. Jonathan Shoup is the DH. Oscar Mercado is the center fielder, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is playing third base and batting ninth. Bryce Harper hitting .326, steps up with 2 away and bases empty. Fastball inside, ball 1. He has 15 homers and 40 RBIs on the season. Knuckler floats in there for strike 1. 2 for 5 with a homer in yesterday's loss. First game of this series. Circle change low, 2 balls, 1 strike. First game of this series, the Miami Marlins lost to the Avengers 12-7. Line drive, foul, out of play. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the first, no score between the Marlins and the Avengers. And he slices it the other way, out of the reach. They had him shifted to pull. He's going to second, but he will be gunned out at second. So it was a single and thrown out at second. Nice throw by Idris Elba in left. At the end of 1 inning of play, there's no score. So we go to the top of the second inning. Up steps the DH Mark Ruffalo, hitting .322, 10 homers, 39 runs batted in.
Number 84.
Williams delivers. And that's a line drive. It is a base hit to center field. So the Avengers lead off with a single here in the top of the second inning.
Batting seventh, the left fielder,
Here's the replay.
number 63.
Rock back, step, two-handed swing. Next up is Idris Elba. 294, 2 homers, 20 RBIs. Fastballs outside for ball one. Idris played Hemidall in the Marvel Universe. Ruffalo leads off first. Nobody out. Inside 2-0. And he swings at the 2-0 pitch, pops it up. Kendrick at second makes the catch, 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Miami Marlins in the outfield from left to right is Castellanos, Mercado, and Harper. And in the infield, it's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Trey Turner, Howie Kendrick, Miguel Cabrera playing first with Yadier Molina behind home plate. So next up is Drax the Destroyer. Dave Bautista's hitting .310, 5 homers, 23 runs batted in. Skies it to center, deep but playable. Mercado makes the catch for out number 2. Runner retreats to first.
Batting ninth,
So with 2 down, up steps Sam Wilson, hitting .316, 4 homers, 32 RBIs. Anthony Mackie. And he's late on the fastball, fouls it, slicing out of play, strike 1. So Mackie, switch hitting shortstop on this ball club. Sliding, backdoor slider in there for strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Ruffalo leads off first, 2 away. And he fouls it off down the left field line. Count remains 0-2 on Anthony Mackie. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I got to count 1 and 2.
High, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first. Top of the second inning, no score here in the second game of this 3-game set.
Full count.
Now it goes full. It was down 0-2, now it's full at 3-2. The runner at first will be in motion with the 3-0 pitch, 3-2 pitch. Outside corner, strike 3, thought it was ball 4, but the side is retired. So, inning and a half of baseball here in Marlins Park. Still no score. So we go to the bottom of the second. Up steps the cleanup hitter, Nicholas Castellanos, hitting .284, 10 homers, 28 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch from Star-Lord. Misses with the fastball. Strike one. No, check that. Ball 1. A little late on the cut fastball. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Grounder to second. Holland fields. Throws to first in time. 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right is Elba, Cheadle, and Bautista. And in the infield, you've got Bozeman at third, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., with Chris Evans behind home plate. Next up is the catcher Yadier Molina, 302, 5 home runs on the season. Fouls off the fastball, 97 on the radar gun for strike 1. And he slices it down the first baseline, out of play. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Yadier Molina plays for the St. Louis Cardinals in real life. Just gets a piece to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. All-star ball player, especially based on his defense behind home plate. Ground ball backhanded by Robert Downey Jr. He takes it himself, steps on the bag for out number 2.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Miguel.
So Miguel Cabrera, first baseman, hitting .304, 9 homers, 31 runs batted in. Steps up, 2 outs, bases empty. In there, strike 1 with the fastball. Vulcan change, whatever that is in there for strike 2. Ground ball to third, backhanded by Black Panther. Long throw to first. In time, it's a 1-2-3 inning for Chris Pratt. After 2 innings of play, no score. So leading off the top of the third, Tom Holland steps up for his second plate appearance. Spider-Man is 0 for 1 with a fly out in the first. Here comes the pitch from Williams. Fastball is low, ball 1. Jams him inside with the fastball, fouls it down the left field line. Check that right field line, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside 2-1. Low 3-1. Don Cheadle is on deck. 3-1 count to Tom Holland. Did he check it?
Did he go?
Yes, he did. So it's ball 4, and the leadoff man is on here for the Avengers here in the top of the third inning.
Now batting, number 10.
So next up is Don Cheadle, who's 0 for 1. Don Cheadle plays James Rhodes in the Marvel Universe. Spider-Man leads off first. And that ball is lined. It is just foul. It was a line drive down the right field line that had a chance, but curve foul at the last moment for strike 1. This one is skied the other way. Easy play for Castellanos. He makes the catch for out number 1. Next up is Chris Evans. He walked in the first. No official at bat. Holland leads off first.
Nope. Ball 1.
Sinking fastball is low for ball 1.
Count 1-0.
No score here in the top of the third between the Miami Marlins and the MCU Avengers. Quick throw to first. Tom Holland is back. Count to Evans is 1-0. Quick pitch is in there. Ball. Throw down to second is not in time. It is a stolen base for Tom Holland. Really no chance for Yadier Molina to make the throw. He's halfway to second base by the time the pitcher let go of the ball. So runner in scoring position with a 2-0 count. Here with 1 out in the top of the third. Evans chases a fastball high. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Grounded to the first baseman. Miguel tosses to Williams covering to get him. So that's out number 2, but the runner moves to third with 2 away.
Number 20.
So next up is the late great Chadwick Boseman, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Runner at third, 2 away. Swing and a miss late on the fastball, strike 1. Chadwick scored 11 runs in his last 5 games. That ball is high and deep. but playable on the warning track to retire the side. So they leave stranded runner at third after 2.5 innings of play here at Marlins Park. Still no score. So we go to the bottom of the third. Up steps Jonathan Shoup, hitting a .190, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Shoup's a second baseman, playing designated hitter today. First pitch in there for strike one. And he pulls the knuckler foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Shoup. Scope. Not really sure how it's pronounced. Maybe it's Jonathan Scope. Late on the fastball, drives it up the first base line, out of play. Count remains 0-2. Fouls a circle change behind home plate. And he pops it up, left side of the infield. Mackey cuts the check. He makes the catch for out number 1. Standings in the NL West. The Avengers have a full game lead over the Los Angeles Dodgers. They win today, and they'll have a 1.5 lead. 1 in the loss column. So with 1 down, up steps the center fielder Oscar Mercado, hitting .272, 3 homers, 16 runs batted in. Star-Lord delivers. At the knees, strike 1. Fouls off the cut fastball. Count is 0-2 on Mercado. Late on the circle change. And we'll do it again. And fouls off the fastball. 97 on the radar gun. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. And he fouls off the knuckler. Pops it up, first base side, out of play. And we'll do it again. A battle between Chris Pratt and Oscar Mercado. And he fouls off the changeup. Pulls it down the third base line, out of play. Count still, no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty. Bottom of the third, no score here. Swing and a miss, struck him out swinging in the inside part of the plate, 2 away. So that's strikeout number 2 for Peter Quill. Here's the replay. Just on the inside part of the plate. Just blew it by him. Next up is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hitting .248, 3 homers, 19 runs batted in. Third baseman for the Marlins in this fictional universe. And he checked his swing. Oh, it gets past the third baseman. Long throw, not in time. He is safe. I think they're going to give him a hit on that. Yeah, they give him a hit. I mean, it would have been a tough play. I think, honestly, Chadwick probably to himself believes he should have made this play. If he comes up with that scoop right there, he throws him out easily. Anthony Mackie was backing up the play, so they'll call it a hit, a 2-out hit. Next up is the leadoff man, Trey Turner, stepping up for his second plate appearance. He's 0 for 1. And that's a line drive foul ball, strike 1. Grounder down the third base line, foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on the shortstop, Trey Turner. And he yanks it foul. Head on the cut fastball. Runner at first, 2 away. Cut fastball low. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called, inside corner, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 left on at the end of 3 innings of play. No score here at Marlins Park. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. Up steps Robert Downey Jr., who's 0 for 1. Plays Iron Man in the Marvel Universe. He's hitting .274 on the season. First pitch from Trevor Williams is outside. Ball 1. He had a single in yesterday's game. He was 1 for 4.
That's a ball.
High 2-0. High again. Count is 3 balls and no strikes. Will Robert Downey Jr. have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not, because I don't swing on 3-0 pitches. I take a pitch. In there, strike 1. So hitters count 3-1. Handcuffs are off. Let's see what happens. High ball 4, and he walks. Leadoff man is on for the Avengers. Tony Stark is at first base. Trevor Williams has been lucky this game. He's been all over the place, but still throwing a shutout into the 4th inning. Mark Ruffalo singled in the 2nd inning. Steps up for his 2nd plate appearance. Runner at first, nobody out here on the bottom of the 4th. Outside, ball 1. Mark has a team-high 10 homers on the season. Chases a high fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Downey leads off first. And he tried to check his swing on the slow slider. Unsuccessful. Strike 2. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just gets a piece of the fastball to stay alive. High, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Low, count goes full, 3-2. On deck is Idris Elba. Hemidall. Here comes the full count pitch. Just gets a piece of the slow slider. Just stay alive. Count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's a line drive. Base hit towards the left center field gap. He will make the turn at 2nd and go to 3rd. It's runners at 1st and 3rd with nobody out here in the top of the 4th. On the base hit from the Hulk. Hulk smash. So next up is Hemidall. He's 0 for 1. He popped out in the 2nd. Runner at 3rd and less than 2 outs. Fastball on the corner. Strike 1. Deep fly ball can put the Avengers on the board. Let's see what happens. Down and in, ball 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Chases a pitch in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Blocked nicely by Yadier Molina. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt, count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slow roller to the shortstop, shovels over to 2nd for 1, back to 1st. It is a double play. The run scores, but no RBI for Elba. So the MCU now leads 1-0 here in the 4th. So it was Trey Turner over to Howie Kendrick and to 1st, scooped out nicely by Miguel Cabrera to complete the double play. So bases empty, 2 out. Up steps Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista, who's 0 for 1. High, ball 1. Dave is the right fielder for the Avengers. Sinking fastball outside, 2-0. That's a line drive over the head of the 3rd baseman, and it will rocket into the corner. Rounding 1st and heading to 2nd is Drax. Bautista has the 2-out double. That is his 12th double of the season. And they have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs now. Hard line drive over the head of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at third base. Castellano gets in quickly, but not quick enough. Next up is Anthony Mackie, who struck out in the second. Slider outside, ball 1. Mackie had 5 runs batted in yesterday. He was 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs. No, check that. He was 3 for 3. And it is a 2-hopper to the shortstop, Trey, over to first to retire the side. So they get a run on the double play. After 3.5, it's the Hollywood Avengers 1, the Miami Marlins nothing. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps Howie Kendrick. It's 0 for 1. He has a 20-game hitting streak on the line. Looking for number 21 in today. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. Knuckle curve is high, I suppose. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Looked like a strike to me, but not to the home plate umpire. Swing and a miss out in front of the circle. Change. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kendrick. Misses outside. Count evens is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Misses inside. Count goes full, 3-2. Bryce Harper is on deck. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Grounder to the first. Gives up the body. Nice play from Robert Downey Jr. Diving play, tosses it to Chris Pratt covering, and there is 1 away. Nice play. From his knees, Pratt makes it over there in time to get Kendrick at first. So next up is Bryce Harper, singled in the first. He was the cover athlete for MLB The Show 2019. Swings and misses. As you can see, the shift is on. 3 infielders on the right side for the lefty. It's expecting him to pull. And he fouls the knuckler off behind home plate. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Grounder up the first base line. It is a foul ball. Late on the cut fastball. Fouls it down the third base line. Count remains 0-2. Strike 3 called. Caught him looking. There's 2 away. Strikeout number 4 for Chris Pratt. Pitch speed comparison brought to you by Topps Playing Cards. Pratt leads 97-95. He also leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. So 2 down, up steps the left fielder Nicholas Castellanos, who grounded out in the second. He's 0 for 1. In there, strike 1. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. Late on the fastball, 95 on the radar gun. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Castellanos. I think Castellanos is a major leaguer who plays for the Detroit Tigers. And that's a line drive, base at the center field. Racing over is War Machine. Big turn at first, but he will hold. It's a 2-out single for Castellanos. And they have a base run. Next up is Yadier Molina. 0 for 1 with a ground out. He's hitting .301 on the season. Fastball in there, strike 1. The Avengers won game 1 of this 3-game series. They're looking to, in there, floats, strike 2. Going to take game 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side is retired. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of 4 innings of play. It's 1-0 MCU. So leading off, Tom Holland. He walked, he stole a base. Officially, he is 0 for 1 today.
Tom Holland.
Grounder to his counterpart at second. Kendrick throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 away. This is the top of the 5th inning.
Now batting.
Don Cheadle, War Machine, flew out twice. He is 0 for 2. This is his 3rd plate appearance here in the top of the 5th. Late on the fastball, slicing out of play, strike 1. First Don Cheadle was Terrence Howard in the first Iron Man movie, and then must have been some kind of contract dispute. And Don Cheadle took over the role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He just hit a single to center, so there'll be a runner at first with 1 away.
Now batting.
Line drive the other way between the pitcher and the shortstop. Next up is Chris Evans. Walked in the first, he's 0 for 1. Chris Evans, a switch hitter batting from the left side. Slider backdoored him, strike 1. That's a line drive right at Trey Turner at short, and there's 2 away. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the shortstop.
The batter, number 20.
So Trevor Williams, the pitcher, in 9.5 starts, is 0-6 with a 7 ERA, but today he's only losing 1-0. So next up is T'Challa, Black Panther, and he yanks it down the third baseline, rolls over it, strike 1. Chadwick's hitting .372 on the season. Runner at first, 2 away. Inside, ball 1. Pitch out, but Cheadle was not going. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Black Panther. I'm sure you're aware Black Panther passed away last year of colon cancer. Inside, 3 balls, 1 strike. Wakanda forever. Next up is Robert Downey Jr. 3-1 count to Bozeman.
I got 3 and 2.
Swing and a miss. Inside corner. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner will be in motion. Inside, ball 4. So with 2 outs, gets 2 quick outs, then proceeds to give up a hit and a walk.
Now batting, number 12.
There'll be a runner in scoring position for Robert Downey Jr. here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. He walked and scored a run himself, but he is 0 for 1. He's going to need a hit. Line drive, 1 hop, long throw to first in time, and the side is retired. So 4.5 innings of play. It's a 1-0 lead for the Avengers. Tony Stark. So, we go to Heidi Watney, our sideline reporter, but unfortunately there seems to be something wrong with her microphone, so we're going to have to get that checked out. We'll get back with you soon. We apologize. In the meantime, we will watch them talk to each other in the dugout for no apparent reason as we go to the bottom of the 5th. First baseman Miguel Cabrera is 0 for 1. Star-Lord deals. Misses with the fastball outside, ball 1. Very different ball game from yesterday's 12-7 win for the Avengers. Here we are in the bottom of the 5th. It's 1-0. Called strike 1 on Miguel Cabrera. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Late on the fastball. Count is 1-2. Miguel, as his career progressed, got a little thicker around the midsection than he's portrayed here. Swing and a miss. The fastball struck him out swinging. There's 1 away. Strikeout number 6 for Chris Pratt. Team ERA leaders in the National League. The Dodgers lead the league. Avengers are chasing them from behind. That's the first and second place teams, second and first place teams, respectively. Next up is Jonathan Scope. I guess it looks like Shoop to me, but we'll say Jonathan Scope. Comes the pitch from Chris Pratt. Checks the swing, but outside corner, strike one. Knuckler misses outside, I guess. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a deep drive. Back goes Batista at the track, looking up. He leaps. It is gone. Hits the top of the fence and bounces over for Jonathan Scope's solo home run, his 3rd of the season, to tie this ball game here in the bottom of the 5th at 1. He's got baseball fever. Here's the replay. Hits it the other way. Not quite tall enough with that fence in right field. And the ball game is tied at 1. In case you're wondering, options, gameplay, hitting difficulty is at All-Star. Pitching difficulty is at All-Star. I like to show it once a game just for accountability's sake. So it's a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 away. Pitch to Mercado. Grounder to short. Charging is Captain America. If you've seen the Disney Plus show, you know he's the new Captain America, Anthony Mackie. Cut the check. There's 2 away. So with 2 outs, bases empty, up steps the third baseman Vlad Guerrero Jr. Singled in his first at bat. He's 1 for 1. In there, strike 1. High fastball, called a strike by the home plate umpire. Vlad was 1 for 3 with a single in yesterday's loss. That's a drive. Slicing out of play, strike 2. Strike 3 called. He doesn't like the call. He thought it was high, but nevertheless, the side is retired. Jonathan Scope. This, a solo shot, ties the ball game at the end of 5. This ball game is knotted at 1. Top of that fence. Leading off the top of the 6th is Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk. 2 right-handers are warming in the Marlins bullpen. Ruffalo's 2 for 2 today, 2 singles. Pitches high, ball 1. John Brebbia and Ross Stripling, 2 right-handers, getting loose in the Marlins bullpen. Comes the pitch from Williams. Hard ground ball right, backhanded by Trey Turner at short. Throws to first in time, 1 away.
Now batting, number 63.
So with 1 out, here in the top of the 6th, Idris Elba steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Popped out, he grounded out. That's a deep drive. Headed for the left center field gap, but center fielder Mercado races over there to make the catch. 2 quick outs for Trevor Williams here in the 6th inning.
Now batting, right fielder,
Dave Batista, former WWE wrestler, now an actor. 1 for 2 with a double. Steps up with bases empty and 2 away. Outside, ball 1. That's a line drive. 1 hop, caught, speared by Howie Kendrick at second. Throws to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Trevor Williams. And at the end of 5 1/2, scores tied at 1. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. The lineup turns over for the Miami Marlins. Trey Turner steps up. He struck out twice. He's 0 for 7 in this series. Here comes the pitch from Star-Lord. Misses low. Ball 1. Line drive to center. It is a leadoff single for Trey Turner here in the bottom of the 6th. Big turn at first, and he'll hold. He is definitely has the potential to steal a base at first. with that 99 speed. Next up is Howie Kendrick. Howie's 0 for 2. He's looking for that 21st game. At the knees, strike one. He's hitting 20 straight. Wants to keep that hit streak going. And this will possibly do it. It dunks in there for a hit. Runners will be at first and second with nobody out for the Marlins, as he is hit now in 21 straight games. That's a hell of a streak. Here's the replay. Just a bloop down the left field line that dunks in front of Idris Elba. 2 runners on and nobody out here in the 6th for the Marlins. So next up is Bryce Harper. Time to go to the bullpen and get somebody up. Paul Bettany and let's say Stanley will get up and throw. Fouls off the fastball, 96 on the radar gun. Strike one on Bryce Harper. He's 1 for 2 with a single. He's 15 homers on the season. Circle change low. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Bryce Harper is hitting just over 300 with runners in scoring position. Star-Lord did not like the call. He thought it was strike 2, but... And he, out in front of a breaking ball, fouls it out of play. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Harper. Line drive, foul ball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners off first and second. Nobody out. Tie ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Struck him out swinging and there's 1 away. Low fastball. Strikeout number 8 for Peter Quill. Here's the replay. Might have been a ball, but... So next up is Nicholas Castellanos, who's 1 for 2 with a single. 2 runners on, 1 away. Inside corner with the cutter, strike 1. 2 for 6 in this series. Knuckler floats in there for strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Grounder over to second for 1. Back to first. It's a double play. 3-6-3 double play to retire the side. Nice play by Robert Downey Jr. at first. At the end of 6, this ball game is still tied at 1.
Your attention, please.
Taking over in relief here in the top of the 7th is John Brebbia. This is his 23rd appearance out of the bullpen. It's 1-3 with a 5.93 earned run average. And leading off for the Avengers is Anthony Mackie, who is 0 for 2 today.
Number 9.
High ball 1. Outside corner with the changeup. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Right on the black. Skies it to center field. Routine play for Mercado. He makes the catch for the first out. Next up is Tom Holland. Walked, stole a base. He's 0 for 2 today. Swings and misses out in front of the slider. Count is 0-1 on Spider-Man. In the dirt, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Chases the slider again. Down low. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Holland. And off at the end of the bat, caught by Trevor. Check that. Caught by Trey Turner at shortstop for out number 2.
Number 10.
So next up is Don Cheadle. It's 1 for 3 with a single. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Brebbia. And jams him. Shallow fly ball to center. There's Mercado, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for John Brebbia here in the top of the 7th inning. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch. This ball game is tied at 1. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Chris Pratt is still out there. Yadier Molina steps up, hitting .299, 0 for 2 today. Inside corner with the fastball, strike one. That's a deep drive. It's got a chance. Back goes Idris Elba at the track, the wall, looking up. It's gone. It's a solo home run for Yadier Molina, number 6 on the season. And just like that, the Miami Marlins here in the bottom of the 7th have taken a 2-1 lead. Here's the replay. Just over that wall in left field. So next up is Miguel Cabrera, who's 0 for 2. It's a 2-1 lead for Miami. Grounder to short. Routine play for Mackey. Throws to first, and there's one away. Next up is Jonathan Scope, who had a solo home run to tie the ball game in his last at-bat. He is 1 for 2. Fastball in there, strike one. Out in front of the circle change, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls off the changeup. Count remains 0-2. Bases empty. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. The homer by Yadier Molina makes it a 2-1 lead for Miami. Shoop fouls it off. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it off down the right field line yet again. Chris Pratt approaching 100 pitches. Strike 3 called. Change up low. This is two-way. That's strikeout number 9 for Pratt. He's pitched a good game, but he's on the losing side of things now all of a sudden. Oscar Mercado is 0 for 2. Here comes the pitch. In there, strike 1. At the belt. Grounded to first. Knocked down. It's not, a little bit of a mental hiccup for Robert Downey Jr. Kind of was caught halfway between running to first to take it himself. The last minute he kind of shoveled it over to the pitcher covering, and he's safe. So next up is Vladimir Guerrero, 1 for 2 with a single, and they're going to go to the bullpen. Manager, bullpen. Stan Lee's going to come in. That'll be all for Peter Quill, Star-Lord. He cannot win. He's responsible for the runner at first. Good outing, but not good enough. Next up is, out of the bullpen, is Stan Lee, Excelsior. He's 3-0 with a 0.50 earned run average in 18 innings pitched. He has been lights out. Vlad Guerrero. High strike, but strike nonetheless. Count is 0-1. Swing and a miss out in front of the sinking fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 on the cut fastball. Good night, Mr. Guerrero Jr. But the Miami Marlins will go to the 8th inning. At the end of 7, they're leading 2-1. Rob Dibble steps on the mound for relief. No record as of yet. He has a save. His ERA is 1.42 in just under 13 innings pitched this season. He will face Chris Evans, switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander. Rob Dibble. Inside off the plate, ball 1. Rob Dibble was not a Hall of Famer, but he was an all-star and a closer for the Cincinnati Reds in the 1990s. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. It's part of I think a championship team in 1990 with the Cincinnati Reds. Outside corner, strike one. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Lefty Hal Newhouser and righty Ross Stripling are getting loose in the Marlins bullpen. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Triple digits on the radar gun. 100 miles an hour. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Struck him out swinging with the fastball. There's 1 away. Starting comparison between Trevor Williams and Chris Pratt. Both of them pitched well. They both deserve to win. Neither one will. So, next up is Black Panther. 0 for 1 officially. He's hit by a pitch. He was walked. Here comes the pitch from Dibble. Fouls off the cut fastball for strike 1. Going to go to the bullpen really quickly. Manager, bullpen. Righty, lefty. Paul Bettany's warming up. I'm just going to have Jeremy Renner stretching and tossing just in case. Count is 0-1 on Bozeman. Grounder up the middle and through. It is a 1-out single for Black Panther. And the Avengers have the tying run at first. It's now a 10-game hitting streak for T'Challa. Off the end of the bat, outside pitch, just served it through the box. Ground ball with eyes. Next up is Robert Downey Jr., 0 for 2 with a walk.
Nope, that's the ball.
High and tight, ball 1. Runner leads off first. He's going in there for a strike. Throw down to second is in time. Yadier Molina throws him out. And that was a big gamble because now the tying run is no longer on base and there's 2 away here in the top of the 8th. Threw from his knees, threw a strike. I think he was safe, but home plate umpire decided he's out. So 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Strike on the outside corner. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Count is 1 and 2.
Very liberal strike zone by the home plate umpire. And he fouls off the slider. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Bases empty. Top of the 8th. 2-1 lead for Miami. Here's the pitch from Dibble. And he grounds it to the second baseman. Kendrick throws to first. Scooped out nicely by Cabrera to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning here in Miami Marlins Park. It's Miami 2, the Avengers 1. So here we are, bottom of the 8th. Up steps Trey Turner, who's 1 for 3 with a single today. Stanley is out there for his 2nd inning of work. Excelsior. High strike. No, called the ball by the home plate umpire. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Turner. 2-seamer in there, strike 1. Late on the fastball. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Turner. Swing and a miss at the cut fastball. Struck him out swinging. There's 1 away. Here it is again. Just moves at that last minute. Todd, check that. Howie Kendrick is 1 for 3 with a single. He's got a 21-game hitting streak. Slooping slider, I guess, or a curveball or slurve, whatever that pitch is. Found the outside corner for strike 1. Misses inside with the 2-seamer. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. Grounder to third. Routine play for T'Challa. Throws across in time, and there's 2 away.
Now batting.
Next up is Bryce Harper, who's 1 for 3 with a single. He's hitting .326 on the season. Left-handed hitter. Late on the sinking fastball, fouls it up the third baseline, strike one. That's a deep drive. It's got a chance. Back to the track is Drax, but he will make the catch to retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Stan Lee. Last licks for the Avengers. We go to the ninth. It's a 2-1 Miami lead.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So Hal Newhouser is coming in for the save. It's his 11th appearance out of the bullpen. He has 8 saves in 9 save opportunities. ERA is 3.24. Leading off is Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk. 2 for 3 with 2 singles today.
the designated hitter, number 84.
Out in front of the changeup, strike one. That ball just died. Grounder to short. The long throw in time, and there's one away here in the ninth.
Now batting, number 63.
Next up is Idris Elba. He is 0 for 3. Pitches high, ball one. So we're in the top of the ninth. Last licks for the MCU. They're down by a run. One out here in the ninth. That ball is deep. It's got a chance. Back goes Castellanos to the track. The wall looking up. This ball game is tied. That's Gonzo. Home run number 3 for Idris Elba, his 3rd of the season. And here in the ninth, he ties this ball game at 2. You can hear the shock reverberate through the stands. See the replay. Hemidall sees all. Boom. Just got it. Over that left center field fence. So next up is Dave Bautista. 1 for 3 with a double. Line drive speared by Cabrera. Takes it himself to the bag, and there are 2 away here in the top of the ninth.
Now batting, number 9.
So up next is Anthony Mackie. He is 0 for 3 today. But now batting from the right side against the lefty Newhouser. Grounder again to the first baseman. Cabrera takes it himself. So a solo home run by Idris Elba here in the top of the ninth ties this ball game. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The ball game is tied at 2. Nicholas Castellanos is 1 for 3. Steps up to the plate. 2 for 7 in the series.
The left fielder, Nick Castellanos.
Count 1-0.
Screwball is low, ball 1 to Castellanos. It's a 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the ninth. This game 2 of a 3-game set. Fouls the sinking fastball behind home plate. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. First game was won 12-7 by the Avengers. This is game 2. Line drive knocked down by Black Panther in from foul territory. Makes the throw, not in time. It'll be a single for Castellanos here to lead off the bottom of the ninth. They're giving him a base hit. I mean, he could have made the catch, hit off the heel of his glove, but no chance to throw him out once that happened. Could have been a double down the line, but next up is Yadier Molina, the catcher, 1 for 3, but that one was a solo home run. Runner leads off first, and he fouls it off. It was a hit and run. He'll have to return to first base. Manager, bullpen, to make sure Jeremy Renner is warming up. And he's bunting. Throws to second in time. So the batter at first is out. Now check that. They got the lead runner. So it'll be runner at first with one away. Fielder's choice. Miguel Cabrera's up, 0 for 3. The bunt was not successful. Nice play by Stan Lee. Excelsior. Grounded to third. Over to second for 1. Back to first. And we're going to extra innings. Side is retired. This ball game is tied at 2 as we go to the 10th. Bozeman to Tom Holland. Over to Robert Downey Jr. So as Tom Holland steps up to the plate, we're going to set up the pitching. Righty, righty, righty. Jeremy Renner is going to schedule to put him in the game. So Tom Holland leads off here in the top of the 10th. 0 for 3 today. Grounder speared by Newhouser. Throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the 10th. Next up is Don Cheadle, switch hitter, now batting from the right side. He's 1 for 4 with a single today. Swing and a miss at the fastball, 98 on the radar gun, strike 1. And he pulls it foul. 2 quick strikes on War Machine. And he jams him high and tight. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty. Game tied at 2 here in the 10th inning. That ball is high. It is far. It is gonzo. That is a solo home run for War Machine. His 7th of the season. And the Avengers now have a 3-2 lead here in the 10th inning. And the crowd goes silent. Here's the replay. So Hal Newhouser comes in, gives up a game-tying home run in the 9th to Idris Elba, and now possibly a game-winning home run in the 10th. Ross Stripling comes in relief. He's 2-1 with a 3.21 earned run average for the Miami Marlins. Next up is Chris Evans. He's 0 for 3. And that's a deep drive, but playable for the center fielder Mercado. He makes the catch for out number 2. So Evans is 0 for 4 today. And next up is Chadwick, 1 for 2 with a single. He's hitting 376 on the season. 3-2 lead for the MCU here in extra innings. Pitches low, ball 1. 2 right-handers warming in the Marlins bullpen, Joseph Shaw and Dellin Betances. Outside corner, strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece, nubs it up the first base line, foul ball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on T'Challa. He swings and misses, ties him up inside, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 10th. It's a 3-2 lead for the Avengers. Can they close it out and win this second game of this 3-game series? Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. In relief comes Jeremy Renner. He's pitching in his 14th game out of the bullpen. His record is 0-2. He has 8 saves in 10 opportunities, but his ERA is in the stratosphere. His ERA is 8.38. He's had some difficulty in situations. Jonathan Scope is 1 for 3 with a solo homer in the 5th. Here comes the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 1. That's a deep drive. Racing over is Don Cheadle. War Machine will make the catch for out number 1. Next up is the center fielder Oscar Mercado. He's 1 for 3 with a single today. It's a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 10th. The closer Hawkeye is on the mound. Fouls the triple-digit fastball upstairs behind home plate. The count is 0-1 on Mercado. yanks the two-seam fastball down the left field line. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on the slider, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 10th, and the Miami Marlins are down to their final out of the game.
The third baseman, Vladimir.
Representing that final out of the game is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the third baseman. He's 1 for 3 with a single today. That's a deep drive to right, but playable. This could do it. And the side is retired. Ball game over. In extra innings, the Avengers win 3-2. They take their second game of this 3-game series in Miami. So they'll be going for the sweep tomorrow. That's win number 33 on the season. The record of the Avengers is 33-16. They're a game and a half in front of the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West. The winning pitcher is Excelsior. So Stan Lee, the co-creator of the Marvel Universe. And here's the, I guess the stats. So, the final, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Hollywood Avengers. 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Miami Marlins. The winner again is Stan Lee. The loss goes to Al Newhouser. The closer got the blown save and the loss. Jeremy Renner gets his 9th save of the season. And the player of the game is Don Cheadle, War Machine, James Rhodes, 2 for 5 with a home run today. And this has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It is my intention to play a full 162-game schedule with this created franchise. This was game number 49 on the season. No skipped innings, no simulated games. Every game will be on YouTube, and I hope to see you again for another game in the future. If baseball is not your thing, there's plenty of other video game playlists on my YouTube channel. I invite you to check it out. So until then, the final here in Miami, the Hollywood Avengers win 3-2. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a great evening.